suggest that one of my favorite definitions of simplicity is leveraging your time and money and all of your resources, talents, etc., towards what matters most. And in the language of spiritual formation, it's the pursuit of an undivided life, where the mind, the heart, the body move together in the abundance and wholeness that we were created for. You know, at its core, I think simplicity is growing in the freedom to spend your time and money on what matters most, which begs the question, well, what does matter most? And I think that question is both scary and it provides an amazing opportunity to clarify and align the activities of our lives. So I think it's helpful to take some time before getting to questions about budgeting or what to do about debt reduction. The place to start is to say, what is it that matters most to me? And once you've determined that, then how do I use my time and my money to serve that deeper purpose? So some questions that I think are helpful to explore. What is my ultimate purpose? If we look at the Judeo-Christian scriptures, the big vision of our lives is that we were created to love God and love what God has made, and that our lives can be used to be part of the goodness and the healing and restoration that our Creator desires for this world. Well, that's a big picture vision. Most of us don't live in big picture vision, so I think there's a couple other questions that are helpful to ask. One is, who am I? So you and I were created as unique people with certain interests, talents, in a certain time and place. So becoming more aware of some of those things helps us understand what our purpose is. And then another very simple question is, what's in front of me right now? I have a wife and children, and so that's something that matters to me. I have work that I do. I'm connected to certain people. There are things going on in our world that are the ache for God's kingdom. All those things about what's right in front of us can be clues to, helping us identify what matters most. And then this one might seem a little bit morbid, but I think it's helpful to ask, what will matter in the end? Sometimes I find it helpful to ask myself, when I'm 85 years old, what are the things that I'll look back and say that was important? And as you probably know, most people don't look back and say, boy, I wish I'd worked more hours, or I wish I'd had more things. Typically, towards the end of our lives, we say, you know what really mattered is my relationships, my sense of gratitude for the life that God's given me, and being aware of my Creator. And so one of the things that we encourage people to do, and that my wife Lisa and I do to help kind of clarify what matters most, is we develop a purpose statement for our lives, or a list of words that help us identify it. So for me, I say, through that process of asking those questions, I've determined I'm a lover, I'm a teacher, I'm a creator, I'm a mystic. And those are things I know about myself, and that I want to work out in my life. We've also developed sort of my wife and I, a joint sort of family purpose statement to say we want to be about nurturing the people who live in our family, caring about issues of justice and compassion, being creative, offering hospitality. And again, those are things that are deeper than questions about what's the job I do, right? It gets more to our core values. And we think that those are really important to identify. And things like what job I do are really more of just vehicles that serve our deeper purpose.